Standard level, I took math, Spanish, design technology.
Higher level, global politics, history, and biology.
HL business, sports science, and psychology.
Standard level, Spanish B, math AA, and English Langlet.
Self-taught Khmer, my mother tongue language.
HL sports science, HL econs, HL math AI.
Higher level, global politics, history, and English.
Business management HR, chemistry SR, and then English language and literature.
Yeah, I've definitely come out my shell a bit. I think if you were to ask any of my friends a few years back, I was definitely more reserved, but the IB creates this version of you that you wish to be, and you constantly strive to that, and through those around you, they really uplift you, and through that, you kind of become a more rounded person. So I think I'm definitely out of my shell, and that's thanks to a lot of the experiences I've had in the past year and a half, 2 years.
I've been more courageous, I've been more hopeful, and I've been more resilient as well.
I think for me, it was like switching between all the different subjects. That was like one of the most difficult parts, because I had to, I'd be doing maths and then I'd have to quickly change to in a history mindset. So that was more difficult for me. But with organizing my time was really the most important and most helpful thing that made it much more manageable, so that I could switch between those different things better.
The workload can be a lot sometimes. And I think the biggest problem for me was just procrastination. And I think it's really important to have that time management, making sure you prioritize each assignment and task in a way that's efficient for you and you are able to produce your best work.
Students started their IB, their score kind of dropped drastically, because it's really, really hard and rigorous. And we all can agree on that. So, of course, I got hit very hard by that as well, but later on, I realized that number, also known as grades, are not what defines me. It's the way I overcome that over time that really says something about me. Not a 3, not a 4, not a 5, not any number, not at all.
Teachers would be really inclusive and would be really open to helping students. I think they're the biggest support system in terms of through the IB system, and I think a lot of my teachers have helped me, sat me down, and we've gone through stuff, gone through IAs, gone through ways to improve, and it's just amazing.
I received a lot of support from my family, and sort of the reminder that the IB isn't everything, that you do need to remember that you have a life outside of school, and that it should be something that you enjoy most of the time. You should feel passionate about the things that you're doing, and that you should also take time for yourself to remind yourself that academics isn't everything and that you should be doing things that you like.
My biggest thing was my friends. That was the biggest support I received, because without friends, the stress levels would be way too high.
UWC itself, it has given me the wings, not just to fly alone, but to also fly with others. And this is what I need the great hands to take. Yes, you're going in, get the IB, but yes, what are you going to take along to go give others who've not been to the IB? They should think through that.
Not worry too much about academics, but try and balance and have fun with your friends, try new activities, go into services, go in with an open mind.
Everyone's IB experience is different, and just as long as you take it, you're living your own experience and not trying to live someone else's experience, that you can reduce the challenge of that significantly.
Balance is key. Just work hard, play hard.
So don't ever hold yourself back. You don't know how much far you can go until you actually, take the first step, because the momentum gonna feel. Don't be afraid to throw yourself into a completely, uncomfortable situation, because in those uncomfortable situations, that's when you realize how far you can go and also how strong you are as a person.
They should do things that they like and things that make them happy, and also make people next to them happy, because you want to live a happy life.